All right, let me just share this with my Discord server and go from there. Okay, looks good. All right. Well, let's play a little bit of music. Welcome to Blue Toad Baseball on MLB The Show. And this is Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. And thus far we have Houston in the World Series, but we're going to find out who's going to join them. And it's either going to be Atlanta or Milwaukee. Now, Atlanta already has a 1-0 lead in a best-of-3. So for Milwaukee, they would have to win this game to force a Game 3. So that is what's at stake. And also, hey, what's up, Lady Kenzie? Second time I've seen you in a while, but it's great to have you. And Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger. Excuse me. But anyway, great to have you guys. Also, let me just get my Excel sheet here. But I hope you guys are doing well. I was just watching the last of Blaze's show, and I understand he's just wrapping up. But hope everything's going well with you guys. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, now I don't know if Wally's going to be coming in, but if he does, great. If not, oh well. But I'm just going to get the others. But how's everything going, guys? And in the meantime, let me just get those guys really quick. All right. So let me just get Mr. Drum Monkey, among others. Okay. Also, let me catch up on the chat really quick. Just watching the Super Bowl. No, I understand. I completely understand. I know that, I mean, it's kind of weird to have, a baseball series in the middle of the biggest game. But hey, I did promise I was going to do it, so I'm here. And if nothing else, I hope to rightfully entertain you in the process. Okay, let me also get Joker sign. Okay. Okay. Let me catch up on the... Hey, what's up, Brandon? And of course, Brandon has, along with the Houston Astros, alongside myself and Eloc, or Coltrane, or Cole Weston, we've already made the World Series, but now we just have to find out who our opponent's going to be. And I'll say, hey, what's up, RS? RS, I will just say this. I did hear it, and it's good. It's very good. The only problem is just has more to do with the copyright shit. And I just know that if I try to use that song, I'm probably going to get copyrighted to death from Five Finger Punch of Doom. But anyway, but I can watch you and watch football. Hey, I'm fine with that. But I will concede that it is a great song. Or a very good song, actually. Pretty much fitting, I should say. So that's pretty much my opinion on it. I don't want to drag the whole thing under the mud or anything like that, but I just wanted to at least answer your question so that there's no doubt in any mind that you have. But we will find something. Hopefully, we find something. But in the meantime, who else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, that's right. Let me get the crushing one, Crushing Kelly. Let me get her. I don't know if she'll be able to join, but I'll try. Let me get. There's Crushing Kelly, or at least. Oh, what was? Oh, I saw your idea, but I did mention that I already had an idea, and in fact, I'll even go into detail behind the scenes, because I've done this idea before. And, long before RS became a thing on the show. But anyway, let me just get Crushing Kelly and the others here. And I still have to build up the show for In TJ's House, which will be at the very least in 2 days' time. Or 2 weeks' time, rather. 2 weekends' time, I should say. But anyway, let me get to it. Okay. There we go. So let me check up on the channel. Hey, what's up, Patty or Patty Chase, I should say. But yeah, I did hear your idea, RS son. But yeah, eventually you'll be put on Blaze's show. It really just comes down to people dropping out and things like that. Hey, also great to see Frostbite, Paulie O. What's up, man? And then, oh yeah, that's right. Also, let me get Jamar on the show. Let me see, where's Jamar? Okay. And then last but certainly not least, and of course, Patty Chase. So I'm happy that you're here, so I don't have to let you know. But anyway, go Chiefs. It's fun. So anyway, it's great to have you guys. And now that I've let those who are in this game know that they are up, without any further ado, let's just get on with the game. Oh shit! I did not mean to do that. Oh shit. I made a mistake. Damn it. Okay, hopefully I can undo that. I made a mistake there. Good thing I accidentally simmed the game when I didn't mean to. Alright, thankfully I can redo that again. Alright, what's up, Jamar? How you doing, man? I picked the wrong button. I don't know why I did that. I meant to view today's games. That's what I meant to do. Anyway. So, let me get right into it. Doing good? Awesome, man. Also, I'll take a quick look and see what's going on as far as the Super Bowl. You guys can let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings, so it's not like I'm watching the game and doing this at the same time. So you're more than welcome to let me know. So these are the starters, and then of course you have, Joker, Monkey, and then I didn't get to see the rest of the batting order, but that's okay. But of course we do have Patty Chase at first. I do know that. And then of course you have at shortstop Crushing Kelly, and then I forget if it was left or right field with Jamar. And that's for the Brewers. But yeah, I will say that this facility really looks nice. So anyway, that's the score from the previous game, with it Atlanta 6 and Milwaukee 5. But again, this is a best of 3 series. And of course, the result of this game is going to determine what will happen next weekend. If this does go to a third game, then of course, next week I will be doing game 3. But if it doesn't, then I'll do something else. The only thing I can confirm is that next week I will be doing Fire Pro. And speaking of which, Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger, if you're still in the chat, I have a question for you, my friend. Kelly is shortstop. Yep, absolutely. All right, so it's going to all come down to this man right here, Brandon Woodruff. 7 strikeouts, 6 walks, but never allowing a run. But he had a no contest or a no decision to his name, so he would love to get a win here. And they desperately need it given the fact that they are down by 1 game. And we're going to start off with a strike. Also, but I do have a question for RS if he's still watching this. Lurking at the moment, not in the best mood. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kelly. Was it what happened on LTD, or is it like real life? If it's real life, you don't have to tell me. Because I'll totally understand if you don't want to say anything. Because ow. I just pulled my finger. All right, so 2-2 is the count. And yep, they got him. They caught him swinging. 1 strikeout to start. It's that nonsense at LTD, plus I had a bad weekend. Okay. Understandable. I mean, sure, I was disappointed when I found out that, well, anyway, a pop-up and hit right towards Patty Chase for the second out. 2 down. All right, here's the starting lineup. So you have Wally Johnson hitting 5th. You have Joker and Monkey hitting 7th and 8th in the lineup.
That's the key to success right here. They have to find a way to drive this guy's pitch count up and get into that bullpen as quick as possible. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies. So take a look at ball 1. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on.
All right, so 2-0 is the count. Anyway, things have been crappy for me in character, and it's affecting me mentally and emotionally for real. It just really sucks. Yeah. Oh, what a shot! And it's out of here! Ozzy Albies with a home run to start off with. That was totally unexpected. And Atlanta takes the lead 1-0, and there's Crushing Kelly in the field. Wow, I mean they they really got off to a strong start right off the bat there. I mean they got 2 quick outs, but then all it took was just one swing of the bat, and just like that, it's now a 1-0 game. But now, if you're Woodruff, you just have to put that behind you, and then just get the remaining outs.
In his career versus this pitcher, he's just 1 for 6.
Fouls it away. Oh. Swing and a miss. 1-2 is the count. I will say the last game was nothing short of a classic. I mean, it lasted 15 innings. Fouls it away. But yeah, that last game, or the what is it? Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. That one lasted 15 innings. And the original intent was to do a doubleheader, but unfortunately, that game took so long that we had to save this game and make this its own stream. So that's how it came to be. Well, right now, Austin Riley is fouling off pitches, and that's only going to drive up the pitch count. Fouls it away again. And hits it, gets a big hit, and that will be another single, or that will be a single for this one. Hey, what's up, Jose? I mean, right now, Atlanta, being the defending champions, would love nothing more than to repeat. And there you see Wally the Hulk. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, and I'm happy that, that I'm getting around to doing this. I've been wanting to do it, but I also have to realize that, I didn't want to do it while the Super Bowl was going on, and while, oh, wait a minute. Oh, it dropped. And they get this, wow, so that was a bloop double on the part of Wally Johnson, though. I mean, for a moment, I thought it was going to bounce foul, but no, it stayed in. And Jamar, he tried to catch to it. He tried to get to it, but he couldn't get there in time. And they could not tag out Wally. And right now, Atlanta, much like with what happened in Game 1, they're off to a strong start. If you're Milwaukee, you cannot afford to fall behind much in the same way as in Game 1. You just can't. If you're going to have any chance. Another foul off. A bit too high on that last pitch, though. Anyway, I'm a bat. You're a bat. And hits it in the air, but how far is it? And it's gone. Wow, a 3-run home run by Ronald Acuna Jr. I'll tell you one thing, Atlanta is just killing them right now. And not for the lack of trying either, but wow. And up next is going to be Joker, but wow. And as if you know, it couldn't get any worse. It did, as far as well, I don't want to. As far as the Milwaukee Brewers are concerned. No offense, Wally, but boo! I'll tell you, I mean, if they keep scoring runs like this, I mean, this game's not going to last very long, I will say that. Because last game he had and by he I mean Brooklyn Joker had 2 home runs. Fouls it away. And then Jose's like, Kelly, want a hug? Oh, almost hit him there. But Woodruff is already up to 30, pitches, man. Anyway, on deck is Drum Monkey. Goes over to Jose and takes the hug. Aww. And also my what is it? And a walk this time to Joker. Yeah, indeed. Like, this is like deja vu. Though not completely the same thing. Like last time it was a grand slam, then a single. But no, it was a single and then a 3-run home run. And now it's a 4-0 lead. But then you have Drum Monkey. We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. Absolutely. And Joker, even though Joker is a really big guy, and even though he's much more quicker than maybe the average guy, he's not the quickest. But then there you see 64 himself. Oh, and Joker's going to go for a... Oh, wow. A stolen base by Joker. I mean, is there anything that this guy cannot do? Slow start, indeed. I mean, of course, Crushing Kelly tried to tag him, but it was Joker who ended up tagging the base first. I mean, Atlanta is just proving why they are the defending champions, and this time not far enough, but the damage was done. 4-0, and it could have been worse. Well, now it's up to the Brewers to match that of the Braves. Then you have Mike Soroka, who has 3 starts and is 0 for 1. So we'll see how he does in his start. And in the meantime, while you guys are at bat, you got to find a way to get to Mike Soroka. By the way, Kelly, you actually hit a home run last game, and hits it very high, but not very far. 1 down. Now here's the starting lineup. Up next to bat at the second spot is Crushing Kelly. 4th is Jamar, and then at 7th is Patty Chase. All right, so up next is Kelly, and of course Kelly, like I mentioned before, hit a home run last game.
As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. Baker is really a rare talent in this sport. A true five-tool player, as they say, which means he can make an impact in a game at any time. Really
Ooh, almost got hit by that last pitch there. I'm like, come on, man, are you trying to hit Kelly?
The way he grinds at the plate, the way he battles defensively, this guy is one of the true superstars in our game.
Now the 2-0.
Swing and a miss. That was a good cut there.
Got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality.
And hits it right down the middle, and that's going to be a single. So that was a good hit there by Kelly.
He's going to have to work that sinker down the zone. That's his bread and butter pitch, and if he's going to leave that belt high.
You don't need much. You just need a hit and to start a rally. All right, up next is Avisal Garcia. And it looks like they're trying to keep crushing Kelly from stealing the bag. I have to think that that's going to throw off Soroka in the sense of he's got to be paranoid at the fact that Kelly is on base and is likely to steal. So that might throw his focus off to where it could help Garcia. We'll see. 2-0 is the count.
You never want to fall behind as a pitcher, but doing it to a guy like this is even worse. He's got to bear down and execute for the rest of this at-bat, starting right now.
And he hits it, but he hits it right down the middle, and they get a double play to end off the first inning. Wow. It started out really well, but unfortunately, it ended with a double play. Due up is the pitcher and at the start of the lineup again.
New inning set to get underway, and Mike Soroka will bat next.
Yeah, Woodruff is going to have to do way better than he had that first inning because he gave up 4 runs like that.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
A rule where if one team is ahead by 10 runs, and at the end of the full inning, it is a 10-run or more game, then I will call it. You know, because that happened one time, and I was like, yeah, I got to call it. But, you know, so Milwaukee has definitely got to keep this close, however it can, and that's a good start to strike out the opposing pitcher. That's only his second strikeout, though.
Mike Soroka becomes the first out of the inning. Into the box, Eddie Rosario. As the first pitch here has been high, it's ball one. He was a strikeout victim to open up the ball game.
All right, so 4-1 is the score, and 1-0 is the count. All right, make it 1-1.
Bases are empty, one man out. And here's a fastball, not close as he runs it to 2-1 now.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss.
Fouls it away. Now it's 2-2.
You paid for it.
2-2.
And again, I noticed that Atlanta is fouling off pitches to drive up the pitch count.
Fouled away.
If for no other reason, it'll just tire out Woodruff real quick.
2-2, one more time.
And fouls it away, but it's foul. It goes foul. Of course. What am I saying? And then, well, that's a foul ball. Strike him out, Woody.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch.
I mean, I'm like, this is like the second inning, and he's near 50 pitches. This is insane. So he could not have picked a worse time to falter like this, and he gives up a walk, is what he does. But as we've seen in the past, it's never over until it is, because we have seen, comebacks before.
50th pitch of the game on its way as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. A ball and a strike now to the Braves.
Got a strike right there.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
2 balls and a strike to Freeman. Here's the 2-1 home.
All right, now the count is up to 3-1. I will say this, though. Like I said, it's not over until it is, but it's not looking good. But again, never say never. And that's another consecutive walk. And of course, the skipper has got to be concerned. I mean, I probably would be too if I was in his shoes, really.
It's only the second inning, but I think it's about knowing your pitcher and how they respond. He's had some struggles here, so I think he's just reminding him to let those go and focus on the next batter.
Take them out. Take them out. Oh, you mean the pitcher, you mean? And here's Ozzie Albies, who hit that home run that started the influx of runs here. And of course, he continues where he left off. He hits it down the middle. And that's going to result in a 5-0 lead with another RBI. That's his second RBI. I mean, give Albies credit. I mean, he's doing exactly, what the Braves want him to do. But now it looks like the skipper will have to take him out. And for Woodruff, I have to think he's very disappointed with his performance. And quite frankly, I would have to think that Jamar, Kelly, and Patty are probably going to put him through a table lest they find a way to win. So now it's up to Battinger in order to stabilize things. If he can do that, then the Brewers can still they could still win this, but they have to stop the bleeding first. Right now, they are 5 runs away from me calling this thing. I would hate to do that, but I would have to. Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. He sends it out to
And what a shot! Oh, he went for the dive, but he missed.
going to be good for extra bases.
1 scores in. And now it's 6-0. Man! What in the hell is going on here? I mean, yeah, he hit that thing really good, and as he should. And then you have Wally Johnson. I mean, if he hits a big one. I mean, he's 2 for 5 in the series with a double. He already has a double here. a door and a window and beat him with bats. Although if this game ends far sooner than I would like for it to end, exactly, Patty. Yeah, pretty much. Although he hits it, and they get the out at first, but they end up giving up another run, so it's now 7-0 Atlanta. So Wally gets himself a sacrifice RBI. So good job there by Wally to make Double E get his earn his money, and he's doing very well. In fact, Double E is pretty much the only guy that has been the most consistent in this series so far. And not just with the bat, but also with the glove, too. Through a glass window. So now you're the new Steve Austin now? Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. And right now, Bettinger's not doing pretty well. In fact, he's now at 3-1 is the count for this one, and he's already given up 2 runs, or actually 3 runs now, 2 runs. Sorry. Woodruff gave up another run, and now the count is full though, with 2 outs. Fouls it away. Well, got him looking, but again, the damage was done. Well, now if you're the, there's still a lot of game left, but to try to make up that kind of ground, it's not impossible by no stretch. It's not impossible. It's just improbable. But if they're going to do it, it's going to have to start with Jamar Games. And he hits. Well, that was not a good hit there. I mean, that was just a dribbler that Soroka did a great job with fielding. So he's more than just a pitcher. He can field too. But there you see Drum Monkey at shortstop, Brooklyn Joker at catcher, and in right field is Wally. And while Wally may not have the speed to cover a lot of ground, what he lacks in speed, he more than makes up with a cannon for an arm. So you don't want to try to run on him if you can help it. Fouls it away. 2-1. Hits it the other way, but he hit it right to Wally, and Wally was able to judge it well. 2 down. And now here is the man, Double E, Eduardo Escobar.
And this isn't his strong side, at least not in terms when you look at the stat sheet or his consistent contact rates. I just don't think he's quite as smooth with his rhythm and swing mechanics when he's hitting left-handed.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. 0-1, here it comes. Goodness.
It's 0-2.
After that off-balance swing right there, you find yourself down 0-2 and wishing you were...
I mean, it's gotten so silent you can hear a pin drop, man. Popped it up. Although, is it going to drop? No. That was a 3 and out. Or a 1-2-3 inning, I should say. Excuse me. But up next is the bottom of the order with Joker, Drum Monkey, and Soroka.
get set for the top of the third. Heidi?
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves' offense with their manager, Brian Snicker, during the commercial break. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said forcing the opposing starter out of the game before the third inning and posting a bunch of runs right out the gate was huge for them from a confidence standpoint and for their outlook moving forward in this game. The key now is keeping their foot on the gas pedal, Matt.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Now into the box, number 28, as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one.
All right, so Joker's going to start off.
Ready comes the first pitch.
Fouls it away. I will say this, though. Joker, he was huge in, with Atlanta's last championship team, which was, a season ago in Season 2. But I have to think, as far as, Crushing Kelly is concerned, I have a feeling that, she and Atticus and maybe even Ninja would like to reform the House of Black for next season, if I'm not mistaken. That is, unless circumstances otherwise say otherwise. But I imagine that that's what Crushing Kelly wants for, next season. But anyway, 3-2 is the count, and well, that's back-to-back walks for Joker. In fact, Joker has no hits, but he also hasn't gotten any outs. I mean, he's walked twice. I'm up for that. Yeah, I kind of figured. Also, I might have to, if it's all right, Crushing Kelly, may I update your character to look more like your WWE character with, the long hair and, and make it a red, and since red is a natural color, just make you a redhead. And have a slightly more muscular build, at least according to your character. Or we can keep it like that. It's fine, either way. But I just wanted to run it by you before I did anything. Next season, that is. Fouls it away does Drum Monkey. Sure, TJ. And then there's LD. What's up? And then Blaze Raid. Then, of course, we have Cassie, and there's a belt. Oh, that's Riley Wolf. And Blaze Radio. Blaze, Blaze, baby. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Unfortunately, that piano might have jinxed it for the Brewers as they give up another hit. So now you have runners at first and second. I'll tell you one thing. If Soroka manages to hit a no-wait, pops it up, and that's an easy out. One down. I'll tell you one thing. If Atlanta gets to 10 runs and Milwaukee doesn't score a run in the bottom of the third, I might have to call it. I would hate to do that, but it's looking like it. The Chiefs won. Oh, wait. Got one. Got two. They get a double play of their own, so they stay alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Anyway, we're going to go with Patty Chase to start off with. Oh, they get a strike. 0-1. And a hit, but hits it right to the third baseman, and they get the out. One down. But the Chiefs win their third championship overall, and their first since, I think it was 2020. Yeah, they win their second championship in 4 years. Hey, Triple B, what's up? You know, also, I think I asked, I may as well ask Mr. Triple Beat as well as LD, or rather her master, if she's interested in what is it, coming into this series, the baseball series, if you're interested. Anyway, I'm good, bro. Yeah. Well, all right. So now that the storyline has officially begun, well, that is with Eddie. You mind if I quote unquote shoot the shit with you? And by shoot the shit, I'm talking to Triple Beat when I'm saying that. Anyway, so 3-2 is the count. Baseball is cool, but I'm good. All right, cool. I will. That's fine with me. And then a dribbler. But yeah, it's also nice to see Cassie Madam Red as well. I last saw Cassie, I think it was back in 2018, I think. And also, what are the odds I would see Odds again? Odds, baby. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, great to see you, man. All right. Oh, 2-0 is the count in favor of the pitcher. We'll see if he can hit better than he has pitched. That's saying something. That's really saying something. Although he does have a 3-0 count in his favor, though. Oh, they got a strike that time. But yeah, great to see you, Odds. Whoa, what a shot! But not far enough. And at the end of 3, it is 7-0 Atlanta. All right, so we start off with Freddie Freeman, but I will say this, though. You know, Atlanta, like, they're proving why they are the defending champions, and you know, you have to wonder, like, who's going to stop them? Anyway, popped it away. Anyway, now a 2-2 strike, or a 2-2 count. I can't even talk. But yeah, I forgot to ask, how's everything going, Odds? In your neck of the woods. But I will say this, Blaze, it was a lot of fun, was the stream. All right, full count. You're doing good. Awesome. And strikeout for Bettinger.
Next to hit is Ozzie Albies. 2 RBIs already. Looking for more here. Here's the first pitch to him. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
Well, that's another great hitting count here on 2-0. It's no wonder why
and hits it right to the second baseman. They got the shift, and they get the out. Sorry if I'm not talking very much, but, I mean, really, what is there to say about a 7-0 game? But I will say this, though. I do want to congratulate the Chiefs on winning their third championship. And, Patrick Mahomes, I mean, what can I say about the Chiefs? They are the dominant team of the AFC, and I have to think that until someone can knock them off that perch, they are consistent contenders. So anytime you can eliminate them at any point, it's like you've done it. But I will say this, though. The Eagles had a great season, but, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. And even though they got to the big dance, it was unsuccessful. But it is what it is, though. Hits it away. I mean, if for nothing else, as far as Milwaukee, I mean, they just want to be able to finish a game without having the game being called off. As if to say, hey, you're going to have to earn it. You cannot. We're not just going to give it to you. 3-2 is the count. And on deck is Wally Johnson, the Hulk.
He just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Well, hits it right to the third baseman, and they get the out at first. And that's the end. What the hell? Okay, I'm very sorry about that. I always hate it when reconnects and oh, come on. Okay, I have to pause the game right now. Okay, why is it dropping frames? Come on. Oh, come on. I really hate it when it drops frames like this. It's like, come on. I just asked for it to work. Is it really that difficult? Okay, thank you. Alright, now it stopped dropping frames. Now I can continue. But yeah, that's what I hate about OBS sometimes, is that it can drop frames unexpectedly. Well, they get the out at first, so that's one down. But yeah, I'm very sorry about that. I always hate it when it does that. Yeah, apparently so, with lots of lag. Well, anyway, up next is Crushing Kelly. And whoa, what a shot! But it goes foul. Claimed off waivers and it's been happening with all streams. Well, kind of good to know that I'm not the only one. Oh, and Wally dropped it. And Wally drops it. I'm not sure if that's a hit or if that was an error, but let's see.
This guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit. Yeah, you hand your batting.
Let's see. Well, actually, that was a hit. It's not like Wally had it in his glove and he dropped it. Okay. Oh, now wait. Kelly going to go for a stolen base, and she gets it. So not only does Kelly have 2 hits, but now she also has a stolen base. Looks like Kelly's really trying to get the Brewers back in, and you know what? I don't blame her. She's doing everything, man. But like the old saying goes, she is just one person. It takes a team.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they don't want to challenge this guy right here, but working around a guy can come back to bite you at times.
And what a shot, and it's out of here! The Brewers strike back with a 2-run home run to cut it to a 7-2 lead. And look at the mascot, Benny Brewer. So now it's a 5-run game. And if there was ever a time for that to happen, it happened.
Price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league.
Yep, just goes right into the alley. Yeah, well, yeah, Kelly got on base, but then it was Garcia who hit the home run. But nonetheless, though, it definitely does help. And, so Kelly does have 2 hits to her credit so far, and a stolen base. Now back up on the plate is Jamar. Bernie Brewer. Oh, I'm sorry. I called him Benny, but I'm sorry. Bernie Brewer. And another hit, this time by Jamar. I want to go down that slide. Yeah, I wanted to go down that slide too when I was, I think when this ballpark opened, it was back in 2001 or 2001 if you want to get serious about it. I was 13 years old and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go down that slide. It looks so fun.
She'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Well, right now, the Brewers have 2 runs to their credit.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and
So we'll see if that shakes up Soroka or if he can stay calm. I mean, he already has a healthy lead, but the worst thing he can do is deviate from what he was doing right. And then Milwaukee gets right back in this.
on the ground.
And he hits it to the shortstop. They get one, and they get the other. That's another thing that's also not going to help the Brewers if they keep hitting into double plays like that. But this certainly helped with this 2-run home run to cut it to a 5-run game. But now we get to Wally. So, yeah, this is Walter Johnson. So whenever he's not green, or his skin is not green, this is what he looks like.
Deliver. Here comes the first pitch. As he comes up
Swing and a miss, though.
down the middle for strike 1.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe that pitch is coming again right here.
And that finds the target. Nothing in 2 now. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Now a fastball to first.
And, whoa!
But it's strike 3.
I thought for a moment that last pitch was a bit too high, but they called it.
Sometimes we see great hitters have the
Yeah, I honestly thought that was a little too high, but,
this time.
well, I mean, but Johnson got caught looking, and he got struck out.
Either way.
But then here's this man, Ronald Acuna Jr.
As he would look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Him 2 at bats.
And this was the guy that hit a 3-run home run in the first. I mean, it's safe to say that without that, it would be a much closer game than this is, but
Is offered at and missed for the first strike.
But also in the previous game, he did hit 1 hit, but it was a grand slam, which was more than enough to win that game. And it's safe to say that without that, the Brewers probably would have won that game instead.
Fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
But that's how valuable Acuna Jr. is.
Down the right field.
Hits it the other way, and he continues his hot streak.
First digging for 2.
Jamar gets it off the rebound,
Second now.
and it's a double. But then you have Joker, who so far is has 2 walks.
Lays off a fastball too low for ball 1.
I mean, he has 2 walks. So of course that helps his batting average, obviously.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
He doesn't look like the same reliever right now, but listen, this is his 4th inning of work, and there aren't very many relievers.
Fouls it away. 2-1 is the count.
All the way through.
And he hits it the other way. And that's going to result in a RBI single. And now it's 8-2. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Okay. I was just making sure that that the thing didn't crap out on me.
At the plate now, number 64. First pitch misses to him. It's ball 1.
All right, so now we have Drum Monkey, who is 1 for 2 so far, including a single in the third.
Now the 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
Somebody's getting frustrated. He's not used to getting hit around like this.
Runners on first with 1 down. Throw over to the bag, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. He's set, and the 2-0 pitch.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss.
I mean, Atlanta, like I said, I mean, even if, I mean, it's like Milwaukee they just don't have the firepower to contend with what they have. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm not saying that, but they just cannot give up any more runs. And now Joker's going to leg it for a third, and he gets there.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here. That's his second knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate.
All right, so now we get back to Mike Soroka.
Mike Soroka, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
Now the 1-0. And a good pitch.
Pops it up.
Swung on and popped straight up the chute.
And that's only the second out this inning. 2 down.
They get their man here for the second out. So the next to bat will be Eddie Rosario.
I mean, Atlanta just pouring it on, man.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least. So you know he wants to make up for it right here.
Wong is there.
And, well, they get the out at first, and that'll prevent another run from being scored, but another run gets tacked on. Anyway. No, I'm angry Green Hawk. Yeah, no, I could totally understand, Jamar. I'd probably be angry too if I, had, if I was in your shoes. So I could totally understand that.
He told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only 1 of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Thank you, Heidi. Infield in the overshift here now.
All right, so back. So starting off is Double E, Eduardo Escobar.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
I mean, so far Soroka is pacing himself well.
Looked at for ball number 2.
I mean, he gives his team the best chance to win. As, he's not having really long innings, although this might go. And it's gone!
No chance to make a play on that one.
So now it's an 8-3 lead. And then there's Bernie Brewer. All right, so this time I got it right. And apparently he has 4 fingers.
The gap a bit. It's now an 8-3 ball game.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in
I mean, that was a shot. Look at this.
with no one on base, it stings, sure, but a solo
And he hits it right into the concourse. All right, up next is Patty.
First pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Takes a strike there.
Very rarely does a pitcher like this leave one in a location like that. That's a pitch right there he'd like to have back. He'd love to swing at that one again.
Fouls that one away. So now it's 1-2 is the count. Ooh, that almost hit Patty, but sold it. But she sold it like a champ, though. And ooh, for a moment I thought that was going to be a strike, but nope. Gets called a ball. Now it's a full count. And Patty gets a hit. So a great job there by Patty. Hitting it the other way. So I will say this though, Kelly, Patty, and Jamar each have a hit.
And in to hit next is Lorenzo Cain. The first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 1-0.
And they hit it to yet another double play. Again, that's the one thing that has been consistent is Milwaukee hitting into double plays. That you just cannot do that. Anyway, hey, how's it going, Carol? Whoa, I don't know if you saw that, but he was flying. Doing well? Awesome. Willie Adames up next. And, of course, he fills in for the pitcher, at least for this at-bat. And he hits it the other way, but he hits it right to Wally. That's the end of the 5th. And at the end of 5, well, of course, Double E gets himself another home run. But of course, the lead is still a 5-run lead, 8-3. But yeah, it's great to see you, Carol. Adrian Hauser is up next.
Top half of the 6th about to get started. And in to bat next, one of the best run producers in the game, the left-handed hitting first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Now here's the pitch. Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike 1.
You gotta love guys auto-taking.
The double plays and bad pitching is what's killing us. Yeah. Well, yeah, that definitely, it's like no matter how good, well, I don't know. I mean, you actually, on second thought, no, you actually did pretty much sum it up right there. But I have a feeling that Woodruff may be going through some wood himself when all is said and done. Lest there is a miracle. And it starts with Adrian Hauser, if he can stabilize things. And another guy that's also been killing him is Ozzy Albies, along with Acuna. Because those two guys have been absolute killers in this series. And somehow he got a strike onto the upper part of the plate. I'm not sure how, but he gets a strike called in his favor. And he hits it the other way, does Freddie Freeman. And, well, they'll keep him at second, but it just goes back to what you said, bad pitching. But you also have to give credit to to Atlanta, I mean, they're doing exactly what you should do against bad pitching. You have to make them pay. Although this time hits it right to Kelly and Patty. Of course, if there's one thing that hasn't been broken, it's the fielding between Kelly and Patty. I mean, after all, tell me the truth, Patty and Kelly. I mean, you guys make a great tag team. In fact, I have to think that if, Kelly wasn't teaming with Sarah and then Patty wasn't the champ, you probably would be teaming up as a regular tag team. But that's another story for another time, though. But you definitely work well, at least when it comes to defense. So great job there, guys. And I mean that, seriously. Well, it went into the dirt, but they managed to keep him at second. The runner, that is. And really, this game has the opposite problem of the last of the American League Championship Series, in which we barely, if ever, had any offense. Whereas this game, there's been plenty of offense. Oh, shit. Damn it. I always hate it when it drops frames. Like, why is it doing that? Oh, come on. Okay, finally, it's stabilized. But I always hate when it does that. It's like, come on. Can I just go one entire stream without it, dropping frames? I'm begging you. Anyway, let's get back to the game before it craps out again. All right, well, Riley is out. And back in the batter's box is Wally again. And big hit, but he hits it right to Kane. So good hit, though. It's just he hit it right to Kane. But it's still an 8-3 game as we have the top of the lineup again. Of course, it would also help for the Brewers to get this guy on base, and that's Colton Wong. As thus far he is 0 for 2, and that's another thing. Bad hitting from timely players, It's not just bad pitching, it's not just the double plays, but also bad hitting, too. It's just an internet yeah. Yeah, and lately this has been an issue as far as my internet. Like, whereas before, it was never a problem. And, no, could not keep it fair. Three and 1 is the count. But yeah, thank you very much, Triple Beat, for, but it is still frustrating, though. It doesn't change the fact that but thankfully it's stabilizing again. But yeah, I always hate when it does that. It's annoying. Bunts it. But he went for the bunt, but it just didn't work. Might have bunted it a little bit too hard. Of course, the guy does have a cannon for an arm, so that didn't help either, as far as Colton Wong was concerned. But so far, Kelly is 2 for 2.
Pitch is strike one. He's got hits in both of his at-bats so far in this one.
Well, let's see if she can continue her streak.
Outside part of the plate.
Although right now she's down in the count 0-2. And for Soroka, he's now up to 67 pitches.
I think he does. One thing you
So I will say this, though. He is in great shape, at least in terms of pitch count.
the same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to
Blame it on Amazon,
might throw it here.
since everything runs on AWS. Lol. I don't know about that, but...
Has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
Here comes the 1-2.
And got her looking this time, as Kelly gets struck out.
Signs of tiring right now. Still looks razor sharp from what I can tell, so I think he might last.
Yeah, indeed, Brandon. That was one of those you got to get on base, but it's kind of hard to do it if you can't do it. And here's Avisad Garcia, who did get himself a big home run, which is that big two-run home run in the fourth, but he's obviously going to need more help to get people on base if he wants to do more damage. But to get on base as well would also help too.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Oh, for a moment I thought he hit another home run, but nope.
And it's
2-2.
now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
Strike 3.
And gets him looking, and that's another strikeout for Soroka.
In order of the Brewers. Can't make any.
And at the end of 6, it is still 8-3. And for Milwaukee, time's running out. I talked to an IT friend, and he said that most internet services run on AWS, aka Amazon Web Services. Okay. And Amazon cut half that team earlier this year. Well, they're going to have to rehire him again because obviously it's not working as well as it should.
Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That could be an effective.
Of course, that's just me being, facetious and, having sour grapes. But it's like,
And it's 1-2.
things ought to work the way they should. And if it's not that, I mean, I can understand if, I have a really old computer, which, it's not a very old computer that I have. But the one before it was old. So at least I can understand that. But it's like,
Get on base and take advantage of the strength.
and also great pitching there by Husson, or I couldn't see his name there. Hauser, sorry.
Plate now. Number
Yeah, that was a good sequence of pitches there for him.
Should lay off the slider 2 low.
But yeah, it's just frustrating. But you know what? I deal with a different type of frustration when I'm at work. But of course I'm not at liberty to talk about it. So it is what it is.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up. But that was a nice job.
And
playing
yeah,
2-0 count. The pitch.
and I'll leave it at that. 2-1 is the count.
right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
The 2-1 home. Is laid off of for ball number 3.
I mean, of course, like I was also very upset with the fact that because I wanted to do a Splatoon, I wanted to do Splatoon 3, and I was doing one of its Splatfests. But as mentioned before, it pretty much was dog shit. And in terms of connecting to a game, and it just was so frustrating that, that's how I ended up doing the Go Home show for, Blue Toad Wrestling, because it was just so frustrating, really. Although some people say that was more of of Splatoon 3 being a problem rather than internet, but still. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, 2 outs, and Drum Monkey is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. I will say this, though. Drum Monkey is... He's killing it here. Swing and a miss.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
And hits it down the middle, and Crushing Kelly made a play for it, but it just was a little bit too fast. And another hit for Drum Monkey. He is 3 for 4 with 3 singles.
Not a bad game. Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's giving him right here. If the fastball's away, shooting it the other way. If he's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
Into the box, Mike Soroka. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
All right, so Mike Soroka, I can't even talk. Well, so far he's been pitching so well, they haven't taken him out in this game yet. And why would they? I mean, he's the guy with the hot hand thus far. Of course, he is 0 for 3, but then again, he's a pitcher. He's not a hitter. So it's understandable for him in his case. Swing and a miss.
Sinker swung on and missed 1-1. Same pitch that time to Sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time.
Although it looks like Soroka wants to really, really rub it in and get one off of Hauser. Well, let's see.
Hit softly on the
Hits it the other way, but he hits it right to Patty, and Patty tags the bag. And that's the end.
1 left for Atlanta, but they lead it by a count of 8-3.
And it looks like people are celebrating outside my house on the win for the Chiefs, apparently.
Now to bat, number 86. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
The right fielder, number 86.
First pitch on the way. Oh, 1, here's the pitch.
All right, so fouls that away. I was like so dialed in on the fact that the car was honking. I mean, I could hear it for where I am at. Anyway, 1-2 is the count. And right now, Jamar just has to protect. And if nothing else, it would help for him to try to drive that pitch count up on Soroka.
Good sinker there.
But he swings and misses, and that's a strikeout against him, and the 4th for Mike Soroka.
Good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Into the box now, Omar Narvaez. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. No hits to this.
All right, so Narvaez, unfortunately, he has been hitless throughout this whole series. 0 for 6 so far, and that's also another reason why Milwaukee has struggled. I mean, he just cannot get a hit to save his life.
Bases are empty, 1 man out.
A team is only as strong as its weakest link, and unfortunately, he's proven to be the weak link, at least when it comes to batting, at least.
The count is 2-2 to the Brewers catcher. Here's the pitch. Lifted down the line.
And pops it up,
Mario is there.
and you can now make it 0-7 now.
Here's Eduardo Escobar.
And of course, here is Eduardo Escobar. I can't even talk. But Double E already has a home run. Let's see if he can add another one. Or if not, just get on base to start a rally.
After watching that,
But Soroka now is at 87 pitches.
you can rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That's ball 2.
2-0. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Now the 2-0. Bounce to the right into the low.
And, well, he hits it right to the shortstop, and they get the out. I'll tell you one thing, Drum Monkey, you know, as far as the shift was concerned, I mean, they did a great job with the shift, and they get another out. Man, the Braves just have an answer for everything. It's crazy.
To the top of the lineup, stepping in, Eddie Rosario. Lifetime versus this arm. He's a .333 hitter. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Oh, damn it, it does it again.
Now the
I always hate it when it does that. It's like, come on. Okay, good. So yeah, every time I pause, it's because I notice that the, the frames are starting to drop, which I don't know why, other than it could just simply be my internet connection. Although, again, in the past that's never been a problem, but apparently I might have to look into it between now and next weekend. Anyway.
full count now 3-2. As we near
Now the count is 3-2.
long ball has played a big role.
Just goes back to what Kelly said. It's bad pitching as well.
We've seen.
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full
And they give up a walk, and Rosario, even though he's 0 for 3, finally gets on base, and now we get to Freddie Freeman, who is 1 for 3 with a double.
First pitch on its way. On the ground is second.
Although he hits it, they get one, but they don't get the other. They get the lead runner out. One down.
Next to bat for Atlanta, Ozzie Albies. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Ball one to start the at bat. The 1-0. Down the third baseline.
And hits it right to the third baseman, but they get one, and they get the other. A double play for Milwaukee.
Go down without a whimper.
But now we're down to the second to last inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. If they're going to have any chance to come back, they got to make a run. Anyway, you should check out Michael J. Fryer's channel. He has a tutorial on how to optimize OBS. Might help. You know what? I very well may. I can't even talk. I will very well check that out.
On its way.
And I got to give you some props, Triple B, definitely. But also, I'm happy to have helped with the storyline between, Eddie and Jen Corso and the California Kid, Kelly Mavericks.
Hit the other way out toward right.
And,
Right fielder is
well, that was a good hit, but unfortunately, Wally was able to get to that ball. So great catch there by Wally. One down.
2 on his line thus far. First pitch on the way. Ball 1.
Well, now Soroka is now at 93 pitches. I was kind of certain that I really thought that the setup man was going to come in for the 8th inning, but so far Soroka has done pretty well. And sure, 3 runs may be a lot, but it usually never matters when you give when your team is able to give you 8 runs of run support. Thank you, TJ. Hey, I'm happy to have helped. Well, that time Kane gets on base with a walk, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's his first walk tonight. That's the first time he's given up a walk. So that tells you something. When you give up a walk for the first time and the first time is in the 8th, that tells you something there. Soon, Kelly and Eddie will be fighting one-on-one. Yep. And by Kelly, we mean Kelly Mavericks, not crushing Kelly. Although I highly do not doubt that crushing Kelly could very well crush Eddie Ward in a fight. Yes, I really believe that crushing Kelly could beat Eddie in a fight. Most especially if it's on Fire Pro, but that's another story for another time. And pitch hitting is Christian Yelich. He's often been known on the Milwaukee Brewers as the guy that if had he been able to continue his brilliance that he had early in his career where he was just hitting balls out of the park, I really believe that the Milwaukee Brewers would have won a World Series at some point. I really would have. Exactly, lol. Yeah, I kind of thought so, man. But, speaking of which, Triple Beat, I actually do have a character, or I think I already mentioned that I have a character for you, actually. I mean, let's face it. Radio Rex didn't stand a chance against crushing Kelly, so, really, what chance does Eddie have against crushing Kelly? I have to think that, Kelly Mavericks is a more evenly matched fight. Let's just be honest. But nonetheless, though, I do look forward to seeing what happens in that storyline. And a hit single! And that's going to split the bases, or the base runners, though. And now we have runners at first and third. And for the first time, we have a threat. And it began with Christian Yelich. Who? Wait, what do you mean who? I'm just curious, that's all. Oh, and of course, at the plate, or at the mound, I should say, is Chris Martin. And then in the bullpen, you have Richard Rodriguez, and then, of course, you have the man who always gets jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I don't know why. I always get a kick out of that, but still. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Yeah, I have a character for you. Yep. And would you like to be surprised, or do you want me to just outright tell you? All right, so now the count is 3-1. And although Chris Martin does have a 5-run lead, the worst thing he could do is start walking people, and then Milwaukee comes up with a big, big inning. And it pretty much undoes everything that Soroka had done. Well, he went for a swing, and that's going to count for a strike. If he'd have just pulled back, that would have been a walk. The payoff pitch. Ooh, good hit, but fouled all the way. And, of course, Yelich being kept at first. Okay. So I was like, well, you have a character for Jen Corso, and you have a character for Kelly Mavericks. Well, they do not get the lead run, and they don't get the out at first. And Milwaukee scores a run to get it to within 4. But up next is Crushing Kelly. Anyway, the person that I have for you is yourself as a Beetleborg. And what a shot by Kelly! Is it going to go out? It's gone! Crushing Kelly crushes it, and now it is a 1-run game! Crushing Kelly comes up huge! A 3-run home run from Crushing Kelly Baker Black. Look at this. Wham! I wasn't sure if it was going to go out, but it did. And just like that, now we have Luke Jackson, obviously not related to the Young Bucks, obviously, but he's a relatively young Buck himself. But yeah, I actually have you as a Beetleborg. That's right. I have Triple Beat as your, Beetleborg character. Woohoo! And just like that, it is a 1-run game. Now the pressure's on Jackson. Can he deliver? And is this out? It is! It's a tie game! A tie game by the Brewers! I mean, a few moments ago, you could hear a pin drop. But now this place has been deafened. You can't hear anything, man.
Big time at bat right there. Team trailing, and he ties it up with a bomb. Interested to see how this one finishes out.
And Wally, and as athletic as Wally is, he just was unable to get to that ball. And now we have Jamar Games up at the plate. I mean, what it would be for him to get a home run. I mean, if he gets a home run, that'll be back-to-back-to-back jacks, man. So yeah, I have Beetleborgs as your character. So, but also the fact, yeah, it is a tie game. Because I honestly thought we were going to have a very short game, but no. I'm happy that it's a more closer game, and, well, it went foul. So it's still, so now it's a 1-2 count. Now Jamar has to protect. But he strikes out. 2 down. But for Luke Jackson, though, that was a huge pitch, because if he gives up another hit, he might have gotten the hook. But here's the guy that has been 0 for 7 so far. Well, I mean, you did get a couple of hits, Jamar, so it's not like you've never gotten any hits at all, so I'm happy to say. Swing and a miss. Well, now, when we get to the top of the ninth, as far as the Brewers are concerned, well, swing and a miss, and that's another strikeout. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Luke Jackson, but he gave up a home run that gave him the tie game. At least it's not a slaughter anymore. Jeez. Yeah, now it's a game. Because now we have Brad Boxberger. I don't know if you guys are going to have burgers after this, but I already ate, so I'm full, so I'm good. So But then, of course, you have Austin Riley, no relation to Damian, apparently. But that's another guy that has, even though he doesn't have a lot of hits, the ones he does have are timely. So if you're Boxberger, you got to be careful. And whoa! What a play there by Patty! Patty in the right place at the right time to make the play. Wow! What a catch there by Patty! Great job, Patty Cakes. But now you have Wally Johnson at the plate. All right, too high. Obviously, he's not going to swing at that. In the bullpen, you have Eric Yardley and Hunter Strickland. Naked chicken. Well, I mean, if the only reason it's naked is because you take the skin off when you eat it, I can understand. Or when they prepare it, understandable too. But I don't know why they call it that. It's just like, just call it chicken or just call it grilled chicken. It's not. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'll give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one. But if for Boxberger, you know, he's got to get a strike or something. But instead, he ends up walking Wally, and that's the last thing you want to do is walk him. Because now you have Ronald Acuna Jr., who is 2 for 4, and he has that 3-run home run. The last thing you want to do is give him another home run. So yeah, if you're Boxberger, you got to be very careful. No, it means it doesn't have any barbecue sauce or oh, okay. But still. And Wally gets a stolen base. That's a good play there if you're Atlanta to have Wally in scoring position so that if Ronald Acuna Jr. gets a big hit, then Atlanta can regain the lead. But Boxberger just cannot locate the plate. Okay, well that time he finally got a swing and a miss.
This is going to be an interesting at bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Now the 2-1.
Fouls it away, 2-2. All right, now this is a big pitch for Boxberger, but also one for Acuna. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. That's a huge strikeout for Boxberger. Now, if he could just find a way to get past Joker, or at the very least get him to, ground out, then Milwaukee will have a great chance to win the game. A bit too outside, so that's a ball.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down.
And another pitch on the outside. I mean, I don't blame him for not wanting to pitch to Joker. I mean, if Joker gets a good one, he may very well send that out of the park. So, well, I don't blame him. You got to make Joker swing at something. Or get him to foul like that. 2-1 now. Oh, got one. Got him looking. 2-2 is the count. And just below and inside. So now it is a full count.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down.
Swing and a miss and another strikeout. Oh man, I'll tell you one thing, Boxberger gets 2 consecutive strikeouts, and these are 2 big ones. But now, for Milwaukee, if they can get a run of any kind, even if whether it's a home run or whether it's, a base hit, RBI or anything like that, they just need 1 run to win. And if you're Atlanta, you got to make sure you got to keep this tied in order to force extra innings. In the pen right now is AJ Minter and Will Smith. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. But let's see what happens with this. Although Escobar not going to swing at anything that's away from him. So now he's making Luke Jackson have to pitch right to him. Fouls that one away. 2-2. Fouls it away. Same count. I have to imagine Crushing Kelly, Patty, and Jamar have got to be sweating bullets right now. Although that time, Escobar got caught looking, and it's a strikeout for Luke Jackson. So great job there by the young buck to get a strikeout. 1 down. And next up is Patty Chase, who is 1 for 3. I mean, what would it mean for Patty Chase to come up with a big one? Or at the very least get to, scoring position. That would be huge. Anyway, the count is 1-1. And a bit too inside, so Patty was not going to swing at that. My heart is thumping. Yeah. 2-1. And that is a base hit single. Well, not a home run, but you can definitely do some damage with that. Hits a slider that was going 86 miles an hour the other way. So at least Patty is getting the hits. Now here's another guy that is 0 for 2 with a walk. And now Patty going to steal a base, and she does. So now Patty has, I forget how many hits she has, but she does have a stolen base now. Look at this. I mean, Kelly, what do you think of Patty? I mean, what she has done this inning? First getting a big out, and now getting a hit, and then getting a stolen base. Well, now that's throwing off Luke Jackson because now he knows that one wrong pitch and this thing is over. Sometimes all you need to play is small ball. Yeah, and then all you need is love. And now, wait a minute, Patty! Wow, I can't believe it! Patty stole third base! Can you believe this? And, let's see, did she get the tag? No. Wow! Patty has 2 stolen bases, and now all Kane has to do is just get a base hit single, and it's over. Swing and a miss. But of course, Kane cannot get too overly excited. I mean, he just has to make connection, and he has to make it like even a pop sacrifice can help. Too low. I mean, right now, that's got to be Kane. That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! The Brewers have won! And they have completed the greatest comeback that we've ever had in Blue Toe baseball as they win 10-8! That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! And the Brewers have forced a Game 3! And we will see you next weekend for Game 3.
Man, the postseason always seems to deliver big moments, and this was no exception. A walk-off in the final at-bat ends it, and there's bedlam at home plate. Wow!
There you go. Hashtag that's gotta be Kane. In fact, he hits it on the Nike sign, which is out of bounds, which means that that's a home run. But the Brewers have forced a Game 3, which means we have to go back to Atlanta for the decisive Game 3. But I have to say one thing, if together, then, you know, then it's only going to come back to be another Game 1. But still, they live to play another game. In fact, we're going to take a look at the stats really quickly. 2 hits and 2 stolen bases. Oh yeah, here's the home run from Kelly that got it to within 1 at that point. And then here was Garcia, in which Garcia tied the game. And then finally, that's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. Hashtag that's gotta be Kane. Alright, so the player of the game is Avistal Garcia with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs, which definitely helps his cause. And then the loser is Luke Jackson, and the winner is Brad Boxberger, as he got 2 strikeouts and 2 critical ones at that. But now let's take a look at the box score, or the batter analysis, I get. No, not that one. Box score? Okay, box score. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. So for the Braves, Joker was 1 for 3 with 2 walks. So at least Joker did his job. And then Drum Monkey, that is, was 3 for 4. And Wally was 1 for 4 with a walk. So all these guys did well for the Braves. But then, for the Brewers, let's take a look here. So for the Brewers, I mean, you have, let's start with Jamar, who has 1 hit. So Jamar did get 1 hit. But then, Crushing Kelly had 3 hits at 4 at-bats, 3 RBIs, and of course that home run. Or actually, it even shows you the home run. So Crushing Kelly had her 2nd home run, not just in the postseason, but in the series. So she had 1. Garcia had 2. And then, of course, as far as runs, I mean, Crushing Kelly had 3, as did Garcia. But then, oh yeah, here's another interesting stat. Stolen bases. Crushing Kelly had her 2nd stolen base in this entire postseason. Whereas, you know, Patty Chase had not 1 but 2 consecutive stolen bases. And that's what set up the big hit by Kane. Oh yeah, and Patty Chase was also, let me see, was 2 for 4 as well. So that is incredible, man. And of course, Wally and Joker also had stolen bases as well. But man, I mean, how do you top this game, man? Seriously. That was. I'll tell you one thing, because I honestly thought it was going to be a slaughter. I really did. I thought it was going to be a relatively short game, and then we would have had to end it off, and then it would have just ended in disappointment. But I really wanted a third game at the least, and then whatever happens, happens. And, may the best team win. But I really wanted a close game, and I'm happy that it not only got close, it was a comeback. So yeah, before I end off the show, I want to give Patty as well as Crushing Kelly their final thoughts on this game before we end off the show. So you guys can type it in the chat, and I'll read it. What your final thoughts on it? Because the only thing I knew going in was that Crushing Kelly was not in a good mood, and I would like to hope that this game more than made up for it. I would think, but I'll let her talk about it. Man, I mean, I'm at a loss for words, folks. I really am. Well, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot. She might be typing it. Oh shit. I was looking at the drop frames there. And of course, the next pitching matchup is going to be Freddie Peralta and Max Fried. Dance is the running man. Yay, Brewers. I thought it was over, then we made a miraculous comeback and won thanks to Kelly and her home runs. Well, yeah, also you can't forget about Avisal Garcia because he hit 2 of them himself. But yeah, Kelly hit the big one, in which that was a 3-run home run. But I mean, you also had 2 stolen bases too. I mean, which definitely helps. Man, I don't know what else to say except that was just incredible, man. Well, I guess I'll end it off. I mean, we are getting closer to the 2-hour mark, so I may as well just end it off here. But I want to say congratulations to the Brewers as, you live to fight another game. So, yeah, next week we will have Game 3. Or next weekend, I should say. We'll have Game 3. I will ask Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger. I stole home once, but they made me give it back. But yeah, I'm going to ask Brian Happy Meal Hernsberger because, this was his birthday gift when it comes to Fire Pro. So I'm going to ask him, which, day is a better day, whether it be Saturday or Sunday. And then whichever day does not get picked, that's the day that we'll be doing Game 3 of the National League Championship Series. But until then, this is the Blue Toad, a.k.a. the cat. Cat TJ, whatever you want to call me. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl in the meantime as well. Until then, I got to get ready to go to work. That's the only thing that sucks about this, is that I enjoyed it so much that I got to go back to work. So, anyway, have a great one, and thank you so much, Patty. Thank you for the game, TJ. Meow. Meow 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 meow. I'm sorry, I love that song. But until then, have a great day, or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.